Hi, Doug Andrew here. Welcome to this episode in the Does IUL Work series. It's our objective here to show you illustrations of actual clients who have owned IUL insurance policies for maybe 10 years or longer, and how many of them not only perform as illustrated, but outperform as illustrated. And so I'm excited to have my son, Emran, who's one of the top IUL specialists in America. He's also a co-author with me on a couple of my best-selling books, and I want to gift you one at the end of this episode, so stay with us. But Emran's going to show an illustration of a school teacher who is now retired, and what she was illustrated, about 12 years ago in 2010? Okay. Mm-hmm. And as of the recording of this episode, which is mid-2022, how well this has done compared to what you illustrated for her. So take it away, Emran. My favorite vehicle is a max-funded IUL, and you're going to see how they really do work. Take it away.
To kind of go through this, I met this wonderful lady back in 2010, a little bit after the 2008 crash, and she really wanted to create greater predictability, especially financially. She wanted to protect herself from taxes. She knew that her state pension was going to be subject to taxes. Their 403B was going to be subject to taxes. Everything she had was subject to taxes. So this was a great move to be able to diversify some of the funds to be able to create some tax-free accounts here. And when I met her back in 2000, in late 2009, and started their policy in early 2010, we put this together to be able to put money in over the course of the next 10 to 12 years. And then she was looking at retiring. She was going to retire sometime between the years 10 and 15. So we want to make sure she had the flexibility of being able to do that, stop putting money into the policy. So she's going to put money in for the next 10, 11 years. Then she's going to stop putting money in, and at some point she wants to start taking money out. Now, like I said, she actually retired a little over a year ago and has been loving and enjoying retirement and being able to access and be able to, start looking at accessing some of the funds tax-free out of her IUL laser fund. But as we look at this, I want to start with the end in mind here. So this is now from 2010 to today. So we're looking at about 12 years later. 12 years into the policy here, she has been averaging, 9.56% per year. That's been the average. It's been up and down. We've had a couple of years where the market went down and we got zeros. Other years the market goes up and she gets a better return. You can see across the board right here, she's gotten anywhere between 2.79% on the fixed account, 7.97% on the one-year account, 11.23% on the one-year high cap. She's had as high as 28.8% on the no cap, and she's at 11.25% on the 5-year high par indexed account, giving her an overall average of 9.7. Total of all the accounts, those are the indexed accounts, have been averaging 9.79, and her overall account with the fixed account in there is 9.56. Now, today, 12 years later, she is looking at an account balance right here of $70,913. Her surrender value is the exact same number here. So there is no surrender charge on this policy after 10 years. The surrender charge has been eliminated on this policy. So she has access to all of her funds if she needed or wanted it. Or if she just wanted to take out a tax-free loan, you can see she could access up to, out of that $70,900, she could go access $70,686. So just about all the money except for $300 if she wanted to access it via tax-free on a policy loan. And the death benefit overall on this one here, $150,000, right? We have $150,000 death benefit, $70,000 of cash value. If you understand how we structure and how we teach how to structure these insurance policies correctly, she's not paying for a $150,000 death benefit anymore. She's only paying for the difference between the $150,000 and the $70,000. So she's only paying for an $80,000 life insurance policy, not a $150,000 life insurance policy, which is allowing the cost of the policy to come down because she's paying for less and less risk, which I'm driving the fees down on the policy, which is allowing the policy to perform even better than we had originally illustrated. Now let's go ahead and take a look at that. Let's look at the original illustration. So if we dive in, here's the original illustration right here. So she started this right here at age 59. So at age 59 is when she started this. And her premium schedule was right here for those 11, 12 years. So in the first 11 years here, we were looking at putting in, starting out with $9,662, and then she was going to drop it down to $3,245 and do that all the way until year 11. Putting in a total of about 47, 48, just under 50. Well, it's actually right here. We got a total of 48,000, sorry, down there at the very bottom. Let me just try to highlight that a little bit, and we'll try to zoom in on that. Okay, we've got a total of $48,530 that has been paid into this policy. Now, in year 13 here, so if we go in and we're looking at year 12, okay, so right here, sorry, we'll go in, and year 12, we'll highlight that year across the board right here, and then we'll zoom in again. So if we look at this, in year 12, she's projected to be at $63,781, both in her accumulation value and in her surrender value. You can see that they equal each other at the end of 10 years. So at the end of 10 years, they're almost equal in year 9. They're equal after year 10, 11, and at the end of year 12. So we just wrapped up year 12 of this life insurance policy. So she's supposed to have $63,781 in her policy according to the original illustration. But if we go back again and look at this again, remember she's actually sitting at $70,000, right? She's sitting right here at $70,913, not at the $63,000. Giving us a outperformance there of $7,000. Or if we go back here and look at this, if she's supposed to have $70,000, when would she eventually hit that $70,000? Well, she wasn't going to hit that until 63. She goes right here at $94,000 right here. She's going to hit that $70,000, or she would be with that 5-year indexing. She's going to hit there in another, this is year 12, 13, 14, 15. So in year 15 is when she's projected to go to $94,000. And right here, we're actually already at, we're already at the $70,900 with 3 more years to go to be able to continue to earn interest on that. And if we continue to get almost a 10% return on that, that would be almost another 3 years. That's almost going to be another $20-something thousand on top of that 70,000 if we keep on averaging 9.5%. So that would be the 70,000 plus the 90 plus another $20,000-$25,000 on top of that. We're right on cue. We're a little bit ahead of schedule on this policy and on the actual results. Client, she has been extremely pleased with it, extremely happy with the results, and we're looking forward to continuing to provide her above average results on her life insurance policy.
Thank you, Emran, for giving us this illustration. She's got to be tickled with the results of this IUL policy. And again, this isn't a large bucket, as we call these. IUL policies, we sometimes use the metaphor of a bucket. But she was able to fund this with money for her retirement. And even though she hasn't started taking out income yet, has she?
No, she hasn't. She's looking at maybe in the next year or two, but she hasn't had to take out income yet, but she knows she can.
And do you remember on the original illustration what the interest rate was illustrated at?
I believe the original illustration was at 8.5%.
So sometimes we have naysayers that go, oh, yeah, show us what actually happened. You illustrated it at 8.5. Well, she's actually been averaging 9.56, okay? 1 percentage point ahead of it. And this isn't just unique. This happens a lot. And so this is just one illustration where IUL does work. It can be an amazing instrument as a supplement to retirement. If you want to learn more about how an IUL policy can benefit you for long-term goals like retirement or college funding for your kids and grandkids, you ought to study this book, The Laser Fund. If you do not have a copy, you can claim one for free. You don't have to go to Amazon and pay $20. I will gift you a copy of this for free. You simply go to Laser Fund, laserfund.com, or click on the link below, and you contribute a nominal amount towards the shipping and handling. Have some skin in the game. I'll cover the rest of that, and I'll pay for the book. I'll fire out a hard copy of this to you, a physical copy. And there's also options there to listen and learn, watch and learn. But while you're in there, there's educational virtual events that we hold. But you can even talk to an IUL specialist like Emran to see how these IUL policies can be structured to help you achieve your goals. So this is about you and your brighter future.